Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Deus Ex Human Revolution. This is Colonel RPG. Is it Human Revolution? It is. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're joining me today, looking at faucets. That's half the game, really. And in the morgue, looking at also dead people. That's the guy that shot himself at the beginning of the game. Well, not really the beginning of the game, but early on in the game. And we have our friend over there. Maybe I want to talk to him a little bit more. Just looking around, making sure I got everything. You don't mind if I hack your computer, do you? Or everything, for that matter.
What do you want now? Looking the other way for you guys is one thing, but I'm not going to help you carry him out of here. You're supposed to have a partner for that. Where the hell is she? Wait a second. There's supposed to be two of you. A tall chick and a blonde lieutenant. But you're not blonde. Shit! Someone help!
That guy took a little bit of convincing to come to certain realizations. Not convincing, I suppose. I just wanted to make sure that the other officers weren't aware of what's going on. But he has been punched, which, well, puts him in the clear, really. But all I want is to hack things. It's not all I want. It's part of what I want. Okay, so can I go over there? Ooh, that wasn't even... That's pretty good. Let's go over there first. Okay, I wasn't expecting that one to go smoothly. But we should have enough time...
Access granted.
...to do all the things. Can deactivate that. Interesting that he didn't go there. We got a little bit of money. His money. It's mine now. And the threat of cybernetic discognition disorder. An OPAD, I know what that is. Look at me knowing this sort of stuff. It's very specific, very cultural. It's just not something that you learn in school when you're learning English, and if you're not a native speaker, yeah. An OPAD column in the New Cybernetics Journal, Fall 2015 edition, by Hugh Darrow. Like every other new technology, from the automobile to television, human augmentation has been pilloried... That's attacked as a menace that will destroy our society from within and reduces all true drooling imbeciles. This is a false equivalency, to be honest, but it's fair enough. I suppose it doesn't mean that it's wrong. It's just one of those things. I'm certain that, like me, you're just as tired of this reaction to dog whistle punditry. Oh no, that's not dog whistle. That's not a dog whistle. Okay, let's go back. What is an OPAD? I think an OPAD stands for an open editorial. I'm not really sure if it is, but it's got to be. It's like an OPAD. It's opening editorial or something. I think an OPAD has to be like the first in a journal, the first letter or the first article in a journal, and it's just like an OPAD because somebody wrote something. In this case, this. So I say that because I didn't explain what at least I think an OPAD is. I might be mistaken on that, but I have an idea. The point is a dog whistle. A dog whistle isn't anything like this. This is not a dog whistle. A dog whistle is, for example, let's look into the context of the United States, and in terms of real history, let's think of a dog whistle. States' rights, for example. States' rights is a very important dog whistle for in the history of the United States, and it's a dog whistle. Then I'll explain to you what a dog whistle is. If you know already, then this can be boring. But anyway, the point is, what is states' rights? States' rights is used as a dog whistle in the sense that it stands for being against the abolition of slavery. And this is, of course, in a specific context. States' rights these days is still a dog whistle, but it doesn't mean standing against the abolition of slavery, but because, you know, it's already been abolished, but it still has the meaning. So it works still as a dog whistle, even though it's not in the context of the civil rights movement. Actually, the abolition of slavery was a few decades before the civil rights movement. But anyway, the point is, the idea of a dog whistle is that it's a whistle, but only dogs hear it, right? And the analogy here for something that you say is that it's something that means something else. It's a word that in the face of it, means states' rights, and in this case being or the literal meaning of the word being, or the literal meaning of states' rights being that states have the right to decide what they do and what they don't, and it's a constitutional matter in the case of the United States, as is the abolition of slavery is also a constitutional matter. I think it is the 15th Amendment. I'm not sure, 25th maybe. And either way, the point is, it was a constitutional. It was constitutionally contentious whether or not the United States, the federal government anyway, could abolish slavery, and that the dog whistle there being used is the states' rights. But in the case of states' rights, the real meaning isn't really, just the states have the right to decide what they do and what they don't under certain circumstances. That's not really the point. The real meaning behind this dog whistle was to, not abolish slavery. There's a lot of other examples, like I was thinking of another one as well in terms of the context of slavery in the United States. But I forget. There's so many examples, and I'm blanking right now. And the thing is, it's so contextually based that, and that's why they work, because they are contextually based, that certain things can be dog whistles under certain scenarios. Like, for example, family values. Family values is a dog whistle as well, because on the face of it, it like in certain contexts, it can be not a dog whistle. It's just have values of protecting the family. It's still a political take. It's still a sociological matter of whether you value the family as an important as an important part of society, because of course that's a huge part of Western culture in a lot of aspects, but it is also very important. Valuing the family as a unit is very important for certain political ideologies. But it is also, what I mean is, like, it can be a reasonable debate, but it can also be a homophobic dog whistle. In the case of family values being being against marriage equality, for example. I just thought of that one. There's a lot of stuff like that. So this is not a dog whistle at all. And it's just, I said it before, and I was being unfair when I said it, but I wasn't being unfair. I was unfair in that particular thing because I said it wrong. I didn't mean to say it like I did when I said this game is all over the place with its themes. It's not true. This game is not all over the place with its themes. It's got very a very concise and defined set of themes, and that's good. That's very good. But in terms of it's confused. Sometimes the game is confused about what it wants to say. In this case, it's not like the Blackwater reference that they did, and it's weird that they did it like that because they could have just named. It's weird because I don't know what the game is trying to tell us. That Blackwater reference about the mercenaries that did some war crimes or whatever, and it was Blue Water or whatever they were called. But in this case, it's just that's not the word, and it's never used like that. Like, it's not even one of those things where I don't know. Even like there's certain words that can be used wrong on purpose, and they themselves become sort of dog whistle. I'm trying to think of an example of that. Open borders, for example. Thinking of political. In the case of open borders, it isn't. I wouldn't say it is a dog whistle. It's more of a straw man, but it is also like a. I'm talking more in the modern day context of the United States politics, to be honest. But it can be used also as a sort of a dog whistle. Actually, it can absolutely be used as a dog whistle. It depends on how. Because the thing is, that's the context that you use. If you're talking about matter of national security and just talking about politics, and you're just saying, I don't think we should have open borders, and somebody else is saying, I think we should have open borders, then you are having a discussion, and obviously it's not a matter of dog whistles. But if you're just saying, if you see like a Mexican person in the United States and you say, I'm really against open borders, then obviously that's a dog whistle, because what you're saying is you're against Mexican people. So, because, open borders being equivalent to unrestricted immigration, in the case of the United States anyway, and then it becomes a dog whistle itself. It's very complicated, but it's not one of those things that's used. The term itself is not. It's not one of those terms that is used to sort of diminish the impact of the term itself. Sometimes there are terms like that are just misused on purpose to diminish the impact. I can't think of any right now, but dog whistle is not one of them. But we can't shy away from the fact that, indeed, cybernetics are a double-edged sword. By making human augmentation technology free for all, and the game, again, very confused. I don't think the game is aware. I don't know. Maybe it's the political discourse of the 2000s that, because that's when this game was written. Maybe it's the political discourse of the 2000s that really didn't care about basically accessibility to healthcare. Because when you say, you're specifically like, I'm not wrong, right? By making human augmentation technology free for all. This even transcends borders. Like, we're talking free for all humans. And when it comes to free, we're talking like for free. You don't pay. So like, especially in the context of healthcare. So all I can think of is that either the writers didn't think of like, they're so used to having I don't know, employee connected healthcare as it is in the United States, at least at the time of recording, that they just don't think about it like that anymore, or I don't know, because obviously it is an issue. Like, it is an issue in the game, but it is also an issue even if the game didn't talk about it. It is obviously an issue if people have free access to augmentations or if they don't. And I talked about it before, but even the game itself has raised that issue. Somebody in the streets were saying before, in like 3 or 4 episodes back, they were saying that basically rich people are going to have augmentations. They're going to basically become richer because they are going to be more employable. That's just from a normal free market sort of capitalism, competition-based employment thing. And of course, that's a side effect. If you don't allow for free augmentations, that's also a side effect. And there's a lot more side effects that I'm not even thinking of right now, but that one is like the immediate obvious one. If only the rich people are going to have augmentations, and if that is going to impact their employability, then that's a problem. Especially if you don't have things like, which you obviously don't, because this is cyberpunk. But if you don't have things like universal basic income and or unemployment benefits or stuff like that. I say unemployment benefits. I'm not sure that is the correct term. I'm not sure if that's the correct term. That doesn't sound right to me. Because it's not really a benefit. It's what you're owed. You don't have a job because the system doesn't give you a job, so it's not really a benefit being unemployed. I don't know. It's one of those things that it itself might be used not as a dog whistle, but like worded on purpose to sort of like shame people who are on unemployment, whatever the word might be, because of course that's another thing. Anyway, we run the risk of it falling into the hands of distressed and mentally unfit individuals. Here, the implication being criminals, rather. Okay. There's no denying that augmentations change the way you think about yourself, but no more than one would after cosmetic surgery, and this so-called, quote, cybernetic dyscognition disorder, unquote, seems to be little more than a convenient label slapped on a much deeper problem. The fact is, adding cybernetic implants to your body will no more destroy your sanity than playing video games will make you a psychopath. That's a bad equivalency there. What we must be watchful for are those whose already fragile mental state will be destabilized further by augmentation. It's kind of complicated. Because the game is not drawing parallels to obvious things like... it sort of draws the parallel to cosmetic surgery, but it never draws the parallel to real-life prosthetics and to mental illness treatment and to the impact that people with disabilities and the usage of prosthetics has on their mental health as well. It's like written with... which, in this case, I mean, it's not... it is sort of a criticism of the game's writing, but in this particular case, it might be a criticism specifically of the in-game character Hugh Darrow, because he just might be like a, you know, this is pretty common in op-eds and stuff like that, and even in scientific journals and stuff, where people just don't care. They're ableist, and they're completely, and classists and a bunch of other stuff that basically they disregard the implications of their work in a lot of aspects. Even though the thing is, in that particular case, in that particular text, the game is actually drawing a lot of parallels, which is good. It's just that the conversation is so much more difficult than that surface level stuff. Okay, it's not too bad. It isn't great, but I think we have enough time. That's a bad one. Are we gonna get that on time?
Access granted.
Yes, we are. It's kind of tricky managing everything. Jerry, that's the guy that we knocked out. I understand your concerns, but experience points have been gained. You know as well as I do that there are bigger fish. There are bigger fish trawling this pond, and we do as we are told. Your position is not in any jeopardy. Even if Penn has a problem with you, which I doubt, he has to go through me, so you're fine. The only thing that is going to threaten your position, however, is if you make a stink about the report. You wrote it, the end. If rumors to the contrary reach the wrong ears, I can't help you. Oh, this is the former email that this is a reply to. I thought I should let you know, writes Geralt, Jerry. I've sent a formal complaint to Captain Penn about the current lockdown. It's the second time this year, and I'm getting nervous about the solidity of my position. I've demanded that he let me know officially if he has a problem with me. In the meantime, I was wondering about my official report. Will there be one? If so, will I get to write it this time, or will I be forced to sign one already provided for me like I did 6 months ago? That's weird. That Oh, right. The report is not a report about his performance. It's a report about his work, or what he did. Anyway, we have an email over here from Geralt as well to Captain Penn. As you requested ASAP, here's a copy of my personal notes. It's a bit messy. Please forget the lack of structure. The cause of death looks like single bullet wound to face. Get exact trajectory from lab, not a recovered 10mm brain enhancement. Neural hub-like enhancement was likely designed to be concealable. Probably made in China, but highly modified. Military, Black Ops, I'll have to ask Matt. Past close, some scorching data loss likely to be determined. And thank you, writes Ryan Penn. Well, it's good that we hacked that. Okay. I think we're about to do an autopsy. I have a vague recollection of actually doing an autopsy with somebody else next to me. We have a hacker brain chip.
Boss, I got the neural hub. Looks like it's been modified with some kind of wet drive. Pritchard should have a look at it.
No, don't bring it here. Frank's not finished running his diagnostic, and I don't want to risk connecting any tech to our networks till he's done.
Especially if the tech is military. So what do you want me to do?
Take the hub to your apartment. I'll have Frank contact you there.
To my apartment. Have I... Oh, I have been in there. I was going to say, have I even been in there? Yes, I have. Colonel, pay attention. You are better than this. Maybe. Anyway, we're going out the main door. And we're punching some fools if they show up. I wonder if I can. Wow. They became gray on the minimap. Might be able to use that to my advantage. Not really sure how I would do that. Because if I make noise, I think they're gonna aggro on me. That's what you get, mate. Punch to the face. Yeah, I can't hack any of these. The elevator is definitely the same. Look at that guy. Hey. Okay, we're good. I think we're leaving. I could try to hack this computer, but it doesn't matter. Okay. Lots of work here in the police department.
Don't know. I heard there was a demonstration at the limb clinic.
They're talking in the phone.
Listen,
On the phone,
promise you.
I should say. Not in. On the phone. I know how to use the adverbs. I think that's an adverb. Okay, so let's go to Jen. Where would she go? Let's look at our map, or objectives over here. Let's see. So we have return to Cassandra Reed, not Jen. It's the Cassandra. And use my home computer to analyze. Okay, so where is she? She's waiting for me in the lobby of my apartment complex. Good news. And I might as well... Is the selling thing is not here? Okay. The what is it called? Fuel station. Yeah, it's not on this side of the map. Otherwise, I would sell some of my stuff, but it doesn't matter. We're probably not gonna pick up anything else, and I can sell it later. Let's first go to our apartment. We did all the side quests. 420. Blaze it. In we go. Chiron. I don't actually know what Chiron means. There's probably a meaning to that. Cassandra.
Have you found anything? Please. I've got to know what really happened to Megan.
I've investigated all of Detective Chase's leads. You were right. Something was off with Megan's case.
So, what did you find?
A lot of things.
Someone in the government, a man named Manderley, ordered that a specially appointed medical examiner perform the autopsy. He bypassed the local ME. Simply put, that's not a good sign.
It sure doesn't sound good.
There were only 3 people who got out of the labs alive. Me and 2 others. One died in the hospital a few days later. The second one, a lab tech, was ready to give a detailed description of what he saw. Funny thing is, by the time the investigators got to him, he couldn't remember a thing.
You sound like you don't believe that.
I don't. Not from the reports I've read. I think someone got to him first. An officer assigned to the case was asked to get rid of a major piece of evidence. Footage from one of our intellicams showed fuzzy images of the attackers bringing something inside the labs.
What? What were they bringing in?
I don't know. But for someone higher up to want that evidence gone, it must have been important. I got my hand on a test report that confirms what was bothering Chase. The attackers used excessive measures to make bodies and equipment unidentifiable.
Oh my God, Megan. What do you make of this, Adam?
I don't know exactly. I guess the idea was to leave no traces, no DNA evidence that would link back to them. But it just seems a bit too convenient.
So what you're telling me is we couldn't find anything conclusive?
No, I'm sorry. But one thing's for sure. Somebody's been hard at work covering up and destroying evidence related to this case. Somebody with power, who wanted to erase anything that might have made the investigation linger.
I also found Megan's bracelet.
I'm sorry, Cassandra. I wish I had more tangible answers to give you. But I did stumble on something I think you should have. I found Megan's bracelet. I'm sure she'd want you to have it.
Oh, Adam, that's very kind of you. Her grandmother gave it to her. She loved that bracelet very much. Thank you for all you did. And, do you know exactly how Megan died?
We do know. Yeah, her neck was snapped and her body was burned, which means she didn't suffer. Yeah.
I read the reports. She didn't suffer, Cassandra. I can promise you that.
Thank you, Adam. It's not much, but it still brings me some comfort. I miss her so much.
Don't worry, Cassandra. This is not over. I don't know how or when, but I will get to the bottom of this.
I knew I was right to trust you, Adam. But please, be careful. It's strange. I thought knowing what really happened would make me feel better. But nothing will ever justify this. My daughter is gone, and I'll never get her back. I wish I could be sure she gets justice.
Trust me, she will.
She will indeed. Maybe. I don't actually know where the main quest is taking us.
Thank you, Adam.
No problem, Mom.
Before you ask, no. Your mirror has not been replaced, Mr. Jensen.
Well, I guess that's it.
Where are you, Jensen? I haven't gone all night.
Hello, Pritchard. I'm almost in my apartment now.
Well, when you do get in there, connect the neural hub to your computer. I've created a secure tunnel, and I'll take over remotely.
You can access my personal computer.
Who do you think configured your security protocols?
Or the team viewer. Anyway, we're out of time for the day. So for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Deus Ex Human Revolution. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment. Like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.